Hi, Horizon Kindergarten. We are back with SMART. And so today we are headed back to look at the ABCs of art. So do you remember the ABCs of art and all of these different elements? So line, all different kinds of lines. Shapes, as you know, these are basic forms of doing art with rectangle and triangle and squares and circles and even flowers or clouds. And then color, so we're going to use those today. All those ABCs, those first three, line, shape, and color. Whenever your brain isn't sure what to do, think about what lines, shapes, and colors you see in your mind that you want to draw, because it'll help get you started. Now, is there one kind of line? Is there just one kind of line, the straight line that we like to do at the horizon? So when we draw the grass and the sky and we draw that straight line, is that the only kind of line? No, there's lots of different kinds of lines. There's dotted lines, there's dashed lines, there's swirly lines. So today we're going to learn about an artist who used these lines and colors, lots of different colors, to really make a painting that has become very popular. So you guys will get to see these sheets with lines, and that's what you're going to be drawing today, is lots of lines with some special oil paints. So the artist we are looking at today is Vincent van Gogh. Have you guys heard of him before? He is probably one of the most famous artists of all time. This is a drawing that's called Starry Night. And what makes this drawing so special, especially at the time that it came out, is that instead of the Mona Lisa, which is a very realistic picture of a woman, this is a picture with lots of blurry lines and dots. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. So you can see all it is lines and dashes and curved lines and swirly lines and color. And he showed that in his painting, and that was something very new. And the other thing that makes Van Gogh so special is you see how he does this dark tree or bush here that's really up close in the painting. And then back here he has like the moon or some stars, and you can see how yellow it is and bright and white. So he did bright and white in the sky, and then he had some dark pieces. So when you do both really bright and really dark together, neat things really happen on the paper. And so here's some other paintings of his. This is called his bedroom, or the bedroom. It's really neat, and you can see the lines in the bed, and you can see the lines on the floor. See, he didn't blend that in, that's okay. So he used paint, and you can see all the lines. You can see the chairs outlined. You guys are learning how to trace and outline. That's what he did. Here's something that is really cool. Try to hold up. You can see even the lines he did in the road on this painting. And you can see all the different colors. Like he even used a little bit of black and yellow and white together on the road. And then here's a little bit of grass, and look at this beautiful tree. So there's black, brown, and green, and maybe even a little blue. And then over here you can see what he did in the sky again, and look at all of his little dash marks. So he's not perfect, he's very messy, and that's what Impressionism is. It's messy and it's beautiful, and these are very popular paintings, and they're fun because everyone sees something a little different. Like, I wonder what's back there. Maybe what you're seeing right now is not necessarily the same thing that the person next to you is thinking about. And here's a cart, and there's people inside with a horse. He also drew flowers a lot. He was fascinated by the color in flowers. So this is an iris that he drew, and if I can zoom in a little bit, you can see his lines again on this flower, and it's in a vase. You can see the lines on the vase. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do something very similar with oil pastels. They're special crayons. And we're going to draw flowers if you want, or you can draw anything that you want. You can draw a scene. I'm going to do an example with flowers, but you guys can do anything you want. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take chalk. And actually, I'm going to take this peach chalk. I kind of like this. And I'm going to just outline my flower. And so I want to make a really big flower kind of in the middle. And I'm going to use my lines. See how I'm using my lines? And I'm making a really big shape, kind of a flower in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to use another set of lines. I'm going to use yellow this time. I like going light first. I'm going to use another set of lines, and I'm going to go in the middle and kind of make the middle, okay? So it's a special crayon. It's that simple. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take all kinds of other colors and start drawing. So I'm gonna do green around it over here, some leaves, and kind of do some drawings with some of the leaves around the flowers on the outside, like this. And that's what I want you guys to do. And see, I'm just doing zigzag lines and swirly lines. And then we're gonna take more orange and red maybe, or pink. And I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna get real messy. I want you guys to get real messy. That's what this artist did. It was really fun. You can do anything you want. I'm just doing a flower, and I'm kind of getting real messy in there using my lines, and you can do different lines. And maybe all of a sudden I want to kind of do some squiggly lines here. Okay, squiggles. Okay, and now you can see this special crayon is starting to fill in the spots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting even more messy and smear it a little bit as I go. Maybe I'll even do a little bit like that. Okay. And then add in red, something fun and dark. Maybe even a little bit of purple. Think of all the colors, warm colors, cool colors, whatever it makes you feel. You're going to fill in your page. Do a little bit of purple because I just think that's neat. Right in the middle. Okay. And now you have a very, very spicy Van Gogh. Now, it's not finished yet, so I only have a few minutes. It's not finished. But what we're going to do, once you guys are done and you take to this, and again, you can even take black into it and do a little black, make it really fun and bright, you know, and have some fun with it. Van Gogh would definitely encourage dark, fun colors too. So whatever you want that you see, and you can see how different the black looks when it goes on top of the orange. Doesn't it look vibrant and colorful? So you can do all kinds of things. Then when you're done and you feel like you've got your design, we are gonna let you have a little bit of Q-tips with baby oil. And watch this, when you mix it, it really becomes like messy paint. So there's the middle. I'm gonna even let the black kind of smear in there. And you smear it. See how that smears? I'm gonna use the other side of the Q-tip, okay, not the black side, when I go over here, and I'm gonna mix this in. So watch this go. It's really neat. I'll zoom in on the camera so you can see. So this is a really fun way to fill in the white spaces and to let it kind of start to look messy and let it smear around. Like, it's okay if that black gets smeary. So see how it's all smeary? I'll even do this, watch. See, that's okay. Go out of the line, be messy. That's what Impressionism is. It's where you kind of get messy and have fun with it. Watch what'll happen when I go to that green. So on that green right there with those leaves, watch, we're gonna make that all turn into a really fun little leaf. You can still kind of see the line, but now it looks a little bit like paint. You don't need a lot of baby oil, just a little bit goes a long way, and look at that. So isn't that neat? And it starts to look really kind of fun and different and messy. That's Van Gogh, and that's Impressionism. So that's what we're gonna do today. Think about your shape that you wanna draw, stars, leaves, flowers, whatever you have in your mind, moons, skies, and you're gonna start with your messy crayon, okay, in your shapes. Use two bright colors and dark colors, use both. And then we're gonna blend it with the Q-tips, with the baby oil, and it'll look really blended and pretty, and it'll kind of look like it was painted. So any questions, ask your teacher and ask the parents, and they will help you with the baby oil. We're gonna do that towards the end. So you guys are gonna be working on this for a while first, and we'll do the baby oil towards the last, you know, little bit when everybody's kind of starting to finish with their basic drawing. Here's another drawing. Again, you guys can see there's multiple flowers and swirls. This was one that's kind of like, you know, trees and flowing ground and grasses. And look at all these lines, swirls. And these are straight lines like cornfields. And you can do buildings. You can do a house. You can do a barn. You can do a baseball field, whatever is in your mind that you want to draw. But I want to see black and blue and green and then yellow and white and peach and lots of different contrasting colors, because that really makes the drawing very dynamic and very Van Gogh. Don't forget, have fun with those lines, those swirly lines in there, and enjoy. I can't wait to see what you guys do.